Listener discretion is advised. Hello and welcome to True Crime, the podcast that helps you find new, emerging, and undiscovered true crime podcasts. I'm Greg, the host and curator of True Crime. Today's episode is from Live, Laugh, Murder. Live, Laugh, Murder is a true crime sometimes show where they tell the stories that could either be the plot of a horror movie or the facts of a true crime case. If you like today's episode, make sure to check out the episode description for links to subscribe. All right, let's get this show started.
Begin.
How's your wine?
Oh, it's delicious as always.
How's your new wine glass?
Freaking love them. I'm so afraid I'm going to drop them.
I'm Carmen.
And I'm Joanna.
And welcome to Live, Laugh, Murder.
Say it twice because we missed it last time apparently.
Oh, we did. And this is Live, Laugh, Murder. Well, okay, Joanna, how are you?
Well, as you can tell, this is the third time since March I've lost my voice this is going for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, it's hot.
Thank you.
Well, you know what? After we hung out on the last recording, I went home and my daughter got sick. I didn't get sick, so I think you gave it to her through me.
Probably.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
You could be a carrier.
We're staring at each other.
We are.
It's so weird.
I
know.
like
I
that.
like being next to you instead of across from you. We're trying new things, okay? Well, welcome to Live, Laugh, Murder, where we tell stories that may or may not be true. On our podcast, usually Carmen, will tell Joanna a story, and about halfway through, a little more than that, she has to guess if it's the plot of a horror movie or the facts of a true crime case. Today, however, Joanna's telling the story. I'm so excited. It's your third one. Yes.
What was my second one?
I don't know. This is your third one.
The first one was the story in Michigan with the... Oh, I remember. Yeah. With the
Don't
mom.
give it away. Don't give it away. Your second one is titled While She Slept, and I think it's episode 21, and it's actually been gaining a lot of traction.
No, that's not the one I was talking about.
But
the
that-
one with the couple up in Michigan.
Oh, that one was crazy.
Oh, wow, she slept. Oh, yeah, now
Don't
I remember.
say if it was true or fake. We do that a lot. We go, like, in our episodes, for people who listen out of order, we sometimes accidentally spoil our past episodes.
Yes, so I will not.
Don't do it.
And my voice sounds normal, so if you want to know what I normally sound like.
This is not what you normally sound like.
No. Oops, sorry, I just hit my watch.
That's okay, Phoebe.
Thank you. All right. Okay, I have 2 questions for you.
All right, this is it? We're ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Have you ever been the girl at the bar?
What do you mean by the girl at the bar?
Just however you want to interpret it.
To me, that means the girl, and if you hear Birdie in the background,
Sorry.
It's not a bird, it's Joanna's giant dog who's so sweet. The girl at the bar who the dude approaches.
Sure.
That's what I'm going to interpret it as.
Okay.
So, sure. Or the girl at the bar who's lonely and just drinking herself, away. Sure, I've been that too.
You've been both girls. Okay. So then my second question is, would you ever go on vacation alone?
No.
No, not now.
Hard no.
I'm gonna tell you a little interesting fact about my grandmother. She's the grandmother that married the twin. She has gone on vacation before
By herself.
by herself. She recommended it.
She did recommend it?
Yeah.
I have a friend who vacations by himself. He does. He travels the country.
I feel like as
I
a
have
male,
a couple friends who do. A girlfriend who does it.
so that would make me nervous as a girl. But I guess I feel like you're aware, like you're alone and you're on vacation. Like I feel like.
All right, you're making me nervous.
All right. Well, the answer was yes for Pam in this story. Do you know my story already just by saying the name?
No. Yes to both questions?
Yes.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it didn't end well for her. So Pam, she was your typical woman in her 50s. She loved fishing, the sun, the beach, going to new places to eat. So it was an obvious choice for her to move near the water.
Okay.
Right? Wouldn't you?
Yes. I mean, 50 near the water, dream.
Yeah. She had just bought a place near the beach, but before she moved in, she was going to head south just a bit to meet a friend who needed support in spreading her late husband's ashes.
Aww.
Yeah, right? Sweet. She let her cousin know she was doing this because that weekend, her cousin and the husband, they were going to stop by to see the new house, right? And then they were going to continue on because they were on their way to vacation. So they were going to stop by. It just conveniently was like on the way. So when Pam told her this, she was like, okay, we'll see you in a little bit. So Pam packed up her... Oh, I put backed up. Pam packed up a little weekend bag and headed down to meet her friend. Pam booked herself into this charming little resort. It had a kitchen, 2 bedrooms, and just this gorgeous view of the ocean. Like...
Delightful.
Delightful. I mean, by yourself.
Yeah.
Just do it.
As you sound tempted to go somewhere by yourself.
I know, right?
You do.
Pam and her friend were out taking care of the ashes, and after they went to a bar and they met up with a couple of people. The friend went home.
Okay.
She was like, it's kind of a big deal for me, but I'm going to leave.
Yeah,
Pam,
okay.
yeah.
Pam was there for her and helped her through that, and then, all right.
Yeah.
And I'm out.
Yes. Like me. Like I'd be like...
Yeah.
Okay.
This was great, thanks.
So, Pam, being the social butterfly and the friendly person she is, she just decided to stay out for a little bit. And plus the plus the bars were on the beach.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it's like amazing, right?
I mean, it does sound like a nice little weekend getaway.
Yeah. So like, yeah, who wouldn't want to stay out? So Pam ended up extending her vacation by a few days.
Oh.
She was just having so much fun.
Okay.
She called down to the front desk and told the lady, like, hi, I would like to extend my vacation to the end of the weekend.
Okay.
So she said she was planning on going boating and dancing and fishing and exploring with these new friends. But this was strange, right?
Yeah.
Why was it strange?
I mean, it's strange because of the title of our show, so I assume these friends are not trustworthy. I'm talking loud, I'm sorry.
Well, and
I'm nervous.
she had her family coming down, but she's extending it past the weekend, but she was supposed to be up there.
Oh, she was supposed to have been home because her family was coming. Oh, shit, I forgot about that.
So the weekend comes and goes, the weekend comes, and the relatives are on their way to see Pam.
At her home.
And
she's not home.
No. Her cousin is calling her, but she doesn't pick up. She's texting her. She's not responding.
All right.
They show up to the house. Lights are out. She's not answering the door. And since she just recently moved in, like, they don't even have neighbors that they can be like, hey, do you know this person? Like, they wouldn't know.
And she's out of town.
She's out of town.
Oh, shit.
So they continue on to their final destination, like their vacation spot. But they continue to call Pam and text her. But again, she's not answering. But I feel like that's kind of a red flag from your relatives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Were there cell phones? Is this a time of cell phones or no?
It was, there were phones.
If I'm...
Texting, because they were texting.
Oh, that's true. Like, if I'm heading to visit you...
Yeah.
And you're just casually not there, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to leave and go to my next destination. Like, that's weird.
It is weird. I would have been, like, at least, like, maybe got in contact with another family member. Like, hey, have you heard from our friend Pam or cousin Pam?
Yeah. Okay,
so now it's Monday morning. The weekend's come and gone, and so should have Pam. So the resort owner that morning woke up and she saw that she was having plumbing problems. She was walking around the rooms.
Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh,
okay. Well, it's not as gory as you think I would tell a gory story.
I don't know.
But yeah, what if I like totally just like
flip the fucking script? Okay.
It's like gushing blood coming out of the faucets. Stuffed her into the pipes. Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay, it's not that bad.
Plumbing issues.
So she goes around knocking on all the doors just to see if she can figure, what's happening. And then when she gets to Pam's room, she just does her little but opens the door because she knows Pam's already checked out. Because you just like leave your key. Like, people don't ever check out anymore. So she gets into she opens the door and she's like, Pam, are you here? No response, obviously. But she notices something strange. First, she notices a smell. She notices a faint little smell. And she also notices that there is a purse on the counter. So she's walking through the rooms, calling out, Pam, are you there? Nobody's responding. As soon as she gets closer to the master room, she does notice that the strong has gotten a lot stronger.
The smell has gotten stronger?
What did I say?
I don't know. The song? I don't know what you said. I get it.
As she
Keep
walks
going. Don't stop.
to the master's bedroom, she notices that the smell has gotten stronger.
The master's bedroom.
The master's bedroom. The master.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Should I say primary? I don't want to get in trouble.
The master bedroom.
As soon as she gets closer to the master bedroom, she notices that the smell is getting a lot stronger.
Oh, shit.
But when she opens the door, she doesn't see anything. But she is hit with the strongest smell ever. And
Decomp.
The death.
Yeah.
Smell of death. But again, like I said, she looks around and she doesn't see anything. Like, that's weird. So she looks over and she sees that the bedroom or the bathroom door is closed. She tries to open it up, but it's been jammed. She tries a little harder. She's like, you know what? Not doing it. She heads downstairs and she sees these two men and she's like, hey, I need you guys to come up and help me. So after a few attempts, the men are finally able to free the door and they are slammed with, again, that smell of death.
You know.
Death.
Call the cops.
They did. And that's when they see Pam's lifeless body lying on the floor. Blood everywhere. They immediately call 911.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom. Now, I forgot to mention that where Pam went to visit, it's kind of a small town.
Okay.
So, and in these small towns, words get out fast.
Yes.
They spread quicker than your legs.
Good one.
I wrote that in there.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Oh, cheers. Okay. Whole life. 2023, even though we're both in committed relationships. We can pretend.
It spread so quickly that it ended up making national headlines.
My legs did?
Yeah, so did your legs. National headlines.
That's all I can picture now. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
So, of course, everything's buzzing.
Yeah.
The sheriff got to work right away. News like this is not good for a little town. I also failed to mention that not only is this a little town, but it's a little touristy town because it's cute, it's kitschy, people want to go and visit. I was driving through Matlacha today, extremely depressing still.
Oh, from the hurricane.
Yeah, but I would kind of that's what, when I was driving through, I was like, ooh, this is what I would picture it. Small little town.
Yeah.
People live there, but it's touristy.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. The locals don't mind that the tourists are here, but they don't like the crime in their town. So the locals started to get a little hostile toward the tourists. Their sleepy little town was now the center of national news.
Ooh.
Yes. And they were worried it was going to happen again. Yeah. They started asking questions. Is this the beginning of a crime spree? Is this person still hanging around?
Yeah.
Is there another? Was it another tourist that did it?
Yeah.
Was
Everyone's a suspect.
Yeah. Was it a local who was just tired of all these tourists coming to ruin their little vibe? Once I don't know what the main sheriff person is called.
Is it?
Because my friend is the sheriff, but he's not our sheriff.
I know.
So I put main sheriff.
I too wonder this, and this is something that's crossed my mind. Keep going.
Okay.
So the main sheriff.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I get what you're trying to say.
He was not obviously happy about this. No one wants this kind of thing to happen in their town. So after some investigating, they had found that Pam was shot in the heart. I know. Oh. They found a pillow that was in the room that had a bullet hole through it.
Oh, like a silencer.
Yep. That's what they figured out, that the person, because they didn't want anybody to hear.
Yeah.
And what the fuck? I know. They also determined that she had been dead for several days. Days. Which makes sense because they think whoever did it, they were the one that called down to the police, the front desk, and said, I would like to extend my day or my stay here. Mm-hmm. And it gave that person time to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So they couldn't find a weapon, a motive. What was the reason? Why this poor woman?
It was those friends that she met at the bar. It had to be them. All right, keep going. It has to be.
As the police went through the room, they did find some strange things. This was weird. They found a stuffed animal, and it was two monkeys kissing. It was sitting on Pam's bed. And then the other one, it was obvious that the guest room had been used.
There was a guest room in her suite?
Yeah, so there was 2 bedrooms.
Okay.
So it was her room, and then there was a guest bedroom that was also being clearly used.
Yeah. So someone else was there.
Yeah. So the cousins finally got word that, their poor Pammy was dead. And they're just let's hope that she just didn't know it was coming.
Yeah. I think a lot of people feel that way, and that I get what you're saying. They didn't suffer. Hopefully she didn't suffer.
Yeah. There wasn't a fight. It was she came, but I don't think she got shot in the heart, from the back, the front.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. So since the police didn't have much to go on, they had to start where every investigation starts.
Evidence?
The husband.
The husband? She's married?
Well, the ex-husband.
Oh.
Pam had been married. But when her mother died, Pam took a step back and she really reevaluated her life. And that included her marriage. And after she realized she didn't want to be married anymore, she was like, we need to be done.
Yeah.
And of course, the divorce was nasty. It was not a good split. The police called the husband and they went to go visit him. And after speaking with the ex-husband, his alibi had been cleared. So next they start looking in her wallet. To their surprise, everything was gone out of it.
So, okay, her license, credit cards, money, whatever. Everything is gone.
Yep.
All right, but her purse is there.
Her purse was there. So, just why take the whole purse? The wallet will just fit in your own purse, right?
Okay.
The police realized that the only way that you could get into this room was using like those little key cards.
Yeah.
So they figured that Pam must have invited this person in, or it was like a forced entry. Like, I got you, go get your stuff and we're doing this. Then the police went to the surveillance cameras. They noticed the night leading up to the murder, there was another woman with Pam. She had a bag with her.
A woman?
And I'm sorry, it wasn't the night of the murder. It was a couple nights prior, sorry.
In the security camera?
Yes.
Okay.
She had a bag with her, and it was very obvious that she had been spending a few days with her. They watched the footage, and you can see these two ladies going up and down the elevator, using the hot tub, entering and exiting the room. But the police could never really get a clear shot of this other woman. It was almost like she knew. She kind of figured out where the cameras were, kind of kept her head down.
Like the mystery woman. Okay, yeah. I get what you're saying.
And that, like, she was avoiding them on purpose. So the police were getting nowhere until one day they found an abandoned car about a mile from the resort. And the plates were from Minnesota, 1,400 miles away.
Oh.
I don't know. I was just making that number up.
I mean, I don't know, but like, where are they now?
They're in the south, because obviously you got to be in a beach town.
Right.
And Minnesota is...
But they're on the East Coast.
I didn't say East Coast.
Okay.
Could be the West Coast.
Okay. Either way, it's far.
Yes.
Right, and it's an abandoned car.
An abandoned car. They ran the plates, and it was registered to a woman named Lois, sorry. And she kind of resembled the woman that was hanging out with Pam.
In the cameras?
Yes.
Okay.
So, like, I mean, you can kind of get like a general...
Yeah.
Was this a coincidence? I don't think so. Naturally, the police started asking questions. Why was this woman's car down here, and where is she now?
Right.
So let's rewind a few weeks. Have you ever been somewhere extremely cold for an extended period of time? Like 6 months. Like, it's just cold for 6 months.
I mean, you know, I lived in Pennsylvania until I was 12 years old, but my memories of that are just happy snow. And like, I didn't have to shovel.
No.
I had heat. Yeah. I didn't have to worry about icing or getting the ice off of the windshield.
That's
so
the worst.
To me, I had great memories of the cold weather, but I know that you and every other adult who lived through that says
awful.
it's difficult.
Yes. And okay.
So no.
So it's March, and like, you're so over the winter. Like, my girlfriends up north are like, it'd be March, like, it's 60 degrees.
Yes.
And then the next day it's 30 and snowing.
No, I mean, I remember the second it hit 60 degrees up in Pennsylvania when I was a kid, I was in shorts. Yes.
Yep, barefoot.
In shorts. Yep.
So imagine, like, it's getting warm, and then it's cold again.
Okay.
It's like that seasonal depression is like, it's real.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, you're like, I'm always happy it's snowing.
Yeah. But as an adult, it's got to be different.
So I know how I'd be feeling, especially now as an adult. Like, I would be over it. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of going a little stir crazy. And again, this is a small little town too. So now enters Lois.
Lois enters the chat. The owner of the car.
Everyone loved Lois. She was personable. She would stand up for you. She would look out for you. She had a few children and grandchildren, and she was married to her husband named Dave. Dave was a very hard worker, and anybody who worked with him knew he was just a stand-up guy.
Okay.
And he loved to talk, just be social. And Tom, one of his employees, to be like a son to him. Like, Tom looked up to him. They'd give each other advice, and whatever.
So he's got a good reputation in the town.
Yes. One morning, Lois headed over to the shop. The business they own is on their property. So, quick commute. How fun is that?
I mean, yeah, work from home.
Yeah. So Lois goes to tell the workers that Dave is just not feeling well and that he needs to rest and just to be left alone for a little bit. The workers say, okay, and get back to work. Dave had some medical issues back then. Had medical issues, so it really wasn't like unusual for her to say that. But
fair enough.
Yes. But then it had been a few days and they haven't heard from Dave. Not even like a phone call, like, hey guys, I'm doing well. So then people start asking questions. So Lois meanders back to the office and said that Dave is feeling much better and he was just getting ready for the annual fishing tournament, and time just kind of got away from him. But Tom, he was his good friend, noticed that Dave wasn't doing any of his traditional, like, get ready for the tournament routine. They're little, what is that? Like, your little superstitions. Like, you pack your bag a certain way.
Yeah.
You do this a certain way. Like, it's rituals, I guess, you could call this. And so then the next morning when Tom went to go see if he was going to get ready for or leave for the tournament, all the lights were out. So Tom was like, this is weird. So, next point. What do you know about fishing tournaments, my little Puerto Rican friend?
Okay, I have a coworker who I know listens to our show. So, hey, Andrina.
Oh, hey, girl.
I think, is it her? And if she's not the one who does fishing tournaments and I'm Sorry,
I've seen
Andrea.
a fish.
Either way, it reminds me of you. No, I believe you go out and other people go out on their boats and you're tasked with certain kinds of fish to find.
Okay.
Is that not true? Or the biggest fish, or like they have categories, right?
I think so.
And you bring them all back, and that's the extent of my knowledge.
You knew a lot more than I thought, because I just put the word figured. Like, you were going to say nothing, and I was
Okay.
like, oh, figured. Wait, erase.
Delete.
So,
You're listening to an episode of Live, Laugh, Murder on True Crime by Indie Drop-In. We're going to take a quick break. All right, back to this episode of Live, Laugh, Murder.
I know that some tournaments, they do have partners. There was this big thing where like these guys were putting weights in the fish and they were weighing them, obviously, so they were weighing heavier and they were winning all this money. And they
in
got
real life?
busted.
Like-
yeah. In the fishing world, like that's like a big no-no. Like they are like cut off. Okay, so the
No, but I did know someone. I also knew someone years ago, and I remember her telling me that her husband would do these fishing tournaments and win a shit ton of money.
Yeah. So when you're weighing down your fish to
Yes.
make them weigh
you make
more,
a lot, like thousands of dollars.
thousands.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so the tournament
Dave
yes.
is not.
Dave
yeah.
is not there. Tom is checking on him. He's not there. So Tom happens to catch it on TV and notices that there's like so many names. Dave's partner was on the TV, but no Dave.
Okay,
So
I
this
get
was like
it.
a partner, but like
Yeah,
then
it's
I'm
making
thinking,
sense.
like I feel like wouldn't you just be disqualified if your partner didn't show up? Or
I mean,
is
if
it
you were
like-
on a partner team, right? I don't know.
I don't know either. Tom knew something wasn't right, so he called the police and said, "Hey, can you go do a wellness check?" When the police arrived, no one was home and nobody was answering the door. So they walked around the house to see if they could see anything, like, peer into the windows. And they sure did find something. The bathroom window was open.
Okay.
It's March in Minnesota.
Oh,
It's like 1
coming
degree.
together.
So when they shined the light into the bathroom window, guess what they saw?
Dave,
Poor, hardworking Dave.
his body
Shot in the heart.
shot. Oh, Lois, you are a bitch.
And he'd also clearly been there for a while.
Wow. Ew. In a bathroom?
Yep, she has a
As-
pattern.
Yeah.
They tried to get a hold of the wife, but she was nowhere to be found. Shocker. Her friends thought she could be in danger because there was no way Lois would do this to her husband.
Right.
But of course, after the police did some digging, they found out that Lois and Dave's marriage was kind of on the fritz. Lois was a huge gambler and was always asking Dave for money. She needed money because she sucked at gambling.
I was going to say, sounds like my mom.
But she's good though, right?
Sorry, Mom. I'm just kidding. Mom just loves gambling.
She was always losing money, and she even got the nickname of Losing Lois.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, you have that reputation, like, how funny. So eventually Dave had enough, and he cut her off. That pissed her off.
Okay, so that's motive.
Yeah, naturally. Tom played a major part in getting the police attention and getting them to believe that they needed to find Lois, and fast. It was discovered that the night of the murder, Lois had taken over $11,000
What?
from Dave's company.
From like the account?
Yeah.
The fuck?
And she made a quick withdrawal. The same night, the couple went to their grandson's basketball game and had argued, and that was the last night anyone had seen Dave alive.
Wow.
So the night before Dave went missing, Tom got a text from Dave saying, "We're all good, everything's fine." But Dave doesn't text. He can't. Like, he push a button and it wouldn't work. So he's just like, screw it. So after that, Lois became a person of interest.
Yeah.
And Lois is now on the run with a bag full of cash.
$11,000.
And she's given herself a head start, a couple days head start. Okay, so before I continue, eek! Plot of a movie or true crime.
Okay, this is what I love about our show, because I feel like the goal is that the story we tell is on the tip of your tongue. Like when we started Live, Laugh, Murder, I had this vision. I know this isn't the point.
Don't
I'm
string me
getting
along.
to
If
the
you
point.
know it, you know it.
I don't. I really don't. I honestly 100% don't.
They call it playing possum.
No, I don't know what the fuck that means, but this is not my point.
Amy, add that to the list.
To the cuss count, Amy.
No,
Intern
no,
Amy.
no. The playing possum. You don't know what that means.
What is that?
You play dead.
Now people are going to be like, what's Amy's list?
Well, then Amy needs to get on here and talk about it.
Amy has a fucked up list.
No, it's an amazing list.
Amy.
What's a roadie?
That was one time. what I was saying is that when we started our show, I want our episodes to feel like what you're listening to is on the tip of your tongue. It's right there. Whether it's true crime or a movie, you know it, but you don't know it. And that's how I'm feeling right now, and I hate you. I've heard this, but I don't know what it is.
You've heard the story?
I don't know. Like, a lot of it sounds familiar. Lois, the names don't sound familiar at all. None of it. But the thing about the fishing tournament, I've heard that before, but I don't know where.
No. The fishing with the weighted and the...
No, not that. No, the thing about where he was going to partake in a fishing tournament and never showed up.
Damn it.
Like, that sounds so familiar to me, but I can't place it. So, I don't know.
You know it.
Can I flip a coin?
No.
Heads true, tails false. I don't know, Joanna. I'm going to just go off of... I don't know. Okay. I have a decision.
I just do it.
No, I have a decision. I'm going to go off of... Oh, I don't know. All right. It's a movie.
Are you saying that just to make me feel better?
No, because...
Because it's true.
It's what?
It's a true movie.
Oh,
I mean, it's a true crime. True crime.
It's true crime?
Yes.
I thought it was a movie.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God.
Okay, well then you're gonna be even shocked. So the next.
Oh my God. Okay.
The next statement.
Is real?
Yes.
Wait, hold on. I need more wine.
Wait, give me more of a wine too. Here.
Sorry, Bernie. I swear to God, the way you told it was a movie. I don't believe. I feel like you're lying.
Okay,
Sorry, Bernie.
but are you ready for this?
All right. I'm ready.
Okay, so you're not gonna believe this.
Is Pam your grandma?
Okay, so you're not gonna believe this. This murder happened in a place you and I have been to, and so have our friends.
Where?
I've been there multiple times.
Where? Fort Myers?
Beach.
What?
You never heard the story? It's 2018.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I was talking to Jake about it, and he's like, yeah, I remember that.
The only news story I remember from the beach is going to traumatize a lot of people is that a mother, I think it was a mother and a teenager went parasailing, and then the straps broke, and then they plummeted to their death. And that was a long time ago. Other than that, other stories I hear from the beach are like about drunk people.
No.
What is this?
2018 March.
Son of a bitch.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Okay,
I'm
so
uncomfortable.
let's keep going.
I'm sweating.
Okay, so like I said, Lois is now a person of interest. The police believe that she told Dave's workers that he was sick to give her enough time.
Joanna, this sounds like you did so good. Oh my God, you fooled me.
That's the wine talking.
Shut up.
To give herself a head start. Okay. Lois leaves Minnesota with the work truck and heads south, while her husband lies dead in their house. She heads...
Damn.
But get this. Lois, she does not care. When you hear some of the things she does, like you would think, like after killing 2 people...
She gives 0 fucks.
None.
Damn, and this is local.
She heads to a casino.
The Immokalee Casino?
This is on her way here. And she hits big, like big.
Holy shit.
They said that she walked out with around $25,000 to $29,000 in cash money in her hand.
From the casino?
From the casino.
This is my mom. My mom also won like a shit ton of money one time around that time.
Yeah.
This
In
is not my mom.
2018?
My mom's not a murderer.
Is your mom the same Lois?
My mom's real name is not Lois, but this is probably why this sounds familiar, because you probably told me about it because I don't watch the news.
I probably have, yeah. So she heads over to a gas station, and this is all on surveillance cameras.
I'm stressed.
Yes, and as you're watching her, she's just like, so how do I get there? And here's my stuff. Like, she's just so, like, casual. This man, or this cashier.
While her husband is dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
This cashier is speaking to a murderer. And she's just so whatever. Okay, so it's now been discovered that Dave is dead and Pam is missing. And this is the crazy. This was a little confusing to me. One of Lois's friends, who happens to be a snowbird.
Okay.
What's a snowbird?
For those not in Florida, we have a huge population, especially because we're in a beach county. People have dual homes, retirees, and they come down during the winter, and they live here during the winter. They go home for Christmas and Thanksgiving. They come back, and they're here from Halloween to Easter.
Yeah, April.
And then it's called season, and they're snowbirds, and they give us a lot of traffic.
They migrate. So
they've all gone home now, so the roads are a lot clearer. But they give us a lot of money to our county.
They do. That's how we don't have to pay state tax. Okay. So she is down here at Fort Myers at the time of Lois's husband's murder. So the friend...
Wait. I'm sorry. Whose friend? I lost track.
Lois has a friend.
Okay. Who's here?
Who lives down here. She's a snowbird, and she's down here at the moment.
Okay.
Not right now, but, maybe.
Of the story, yes.
Yes. So the friends up north are texting her and like talking to her like everything that's been going on about Lois and that she's been missing.
Oh, shit.
Lois, his friend, her name is Tess, and she lives on Fort Myers Beach.
Oh.
Lois realizes that she lives on Fort Myers Beach, so she's like, I'm gonna look for her. I don't know where she lives, but I know that she has a business, so I'm gonna search for her. And this is where it gets like it was confusing to me. She called a garage down there, you know, where they work on
car
cars.
place, yeah.
And she somehow figured out where Tess lived. And then 12 days later, after she has left Minnesota, Tess is outside her garage, and she looks up and she sees an SUV go by. And again, this is what doesn't make any sense, because in an interview, Tess made it seem like they didn't know each other. And Lois got out of the car. She goes, oops, wrong house. And then drove away. But Lois recognized her right away.
So they were old friends.
Yeah.
So what I'm putting together is Lois killed her husband, took his money, drove south, won at a casino, and was like, I'm going to go to Florida and visit my friend Tess.
Yes.
Gets here and pretends she doesn't even know Tess.
Yes.
She sounds insane.
Yes. And I'm thinking it's because I think maybe she looked up. Tess looked up and was like, oh.
And Tess, meanwhile, knows what's going
Yes.
on because the girlfriends from back home in Minnesota are like, listen, there's shit going on. Okay.
Glad we talked that out.
Yes, it makes sense.
So Tess knew immediately who she was, and she called 911, local, and
Yes.
it was like, Lois is here. But the police down here, we hadn't gotten word of it. Like it just, it wasn't a major crime yet. Like people kill their husbands all the time. Like, why does Fort Myers Beach need to know this?
Oh my God.
So they didn't fully understand what was happening. So the police said, you need to call the police in Minnesota.
Oh, shit. Jurisdiction.
Yes. So she did, and they said, no, you need to call the police in Fort Myers.
Oh.
And she's like, you are giving me the runaround. And she said she is on Fort Myers Beach. And how many exits and entrances are to get onto this island?
2.
She told them. She literally told them, block the entrances.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And search this island.
This is true?
Yes. And if they would have listened to her, Pam might have been alive. Could have been alive.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And I even wrote, so I wrote on here, Lewis. I keep saying Lewis.
You do, Lois.
Lois.
Think of Lois from that show.
Lois is a bit of a psycho.
Oh, yeah.
She heads to her to a local bar on the beach, and she sits there.
This is, okay. Mom, I love you. I know you don't listen to this show, but maybe one day you will. My mom at that time, was it at that time? She worked at the beach, knows a lot of business owners, my mother managed a business down there.
I'm going to tell you the name of the
Is
bar
she
in
the
a
one
second.
who told me this story and that's why it's familiar to me?
Maybe.
My brain I can't handle it. Keep going.
Oh my gosh. So Lois is a psycho.
Does my mom know Tess? Does she know Lois? Oh, I'm nervous. Is my mom in this story?
Yes.
No, shut up.
In an interview.
With Carmen's mom.
Actually, the phone call from your mom.
Okay, fine. Shut up. I'll shut up. You keep saying.
She goes to the bar and she sits. And this is where she meets Pam. But it isn't a coincidence. Lois is scouring the bar to find a woman that looks like her.
Like herself?
Yes. And why do you think she's doing this?
Oh, like to frame her maybe?
Oh, I was hoping you would say something
Or steal her ID.
Oh, exactly.
Yes.
So she's looking to basically trade places with another person. She's looking for a new identity.
Oh my God.
Yes. And all the while, there is a manhunt for Lois in Minnesota. But she's living it up in Fort Myers Beach, making new best friends.
Just down the street.
Yeah. Down the street. We could have, maybe we ran into her.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? You would have thought that after Lois had this encounter with Tess, like she would have hightailed it out of there.
Yeah.
But no, she stayed. That's pretty ballsy.
Do you think she went to Tess's house on purpose?
Yes, she went. They said,
But then maybe like Tess looked at her like, or did she say like, what is going on? Like, did she speak? So why would Lois go to her and then hightail it out of there? Like,
I don't know.
So maybe she got me. I don't know, but I could imagine that Tess looked at Lois when she pulled up like, what the fuck is going on? What do you know what's happening?
Yeah.
And that she like just booked it.
Maybe. But then she still stayed.
Right. She stayed on the beach.
On the island.
Right.
All right. So Lois somehow conned Pam into letting her stay with her for a few nights. Based on the videos, they looked like best friends. You can see Lois carrying a bag for carrying her bag into Pam's room. You can see them taking the elevator to the hot tub. They figured that Lois had planned was going to do something, but nothing really set in stone.
Yeah.
But she knew something had to be done. From the video, they looked like they were just having a great time. In my mind, Pam was on vacation mode, and anything goes, and your guard's kind of let down.
I mean, that's true.
Yep. So the last surveillance video of Pam and Lois is at the bar. And this is I remember watching it on the news.
What bar?
SOBs.
Oh.
I don't know what the full name of it is.
No, it got blown down in the hurricane. Aw.
But that's where it
Cheers
was.
to SOBs.
Cheers.
Very famous bar down at the beach.
But that was
Damn.
the video, and they blurred out.
Fucking kidding me?
They blurred out Pam's face because,
Couldn't she have just stolen her wallet?
Nope.
What the fuck?
Nope.
All right, keep going.
So, like I said, the last surveillance video is them at the bar. They head back up to the room, and then it's nighttime. The next morning, you only see Lois leaving the room, and she's wearing Pam's hat.
Oh, wow.
So now we have a look-alike,
Yeah.
hat on, head down.
Yeah.
They obviously figured out that it was Lois. So the strange thing was that both Pam and Dave were shot in the heart and left in the bathroom, and were left for days.
Yeah.
Giving Lois enough time to get out. The next morning, you see Pam leaving the room. She's taking out the trash. She grabs her bags. She hops in her SUV, drives it down a mile down the road, ditches it, and walks back to the hotel room. She grabs Pam's keys, hops in her car, and heads north.
Oh, this is Lois the whole time.
Lois. But
Yeah, you said Pam, but I'm like,
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay, because it's Lois dressed as Pam, so you think it's Pam doing these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I said
No,
Lois.
it makes sense though. No, it's fine.
She grabs, okay.
And then she parked the car.
Yep. A mile away, and then walks back to the hotel room. She grabs Pam's keys and her wallet, and that starts to head north. So, and
the car.
And she's so chill. Every video you see, she's just so hi, I didn't kill anybody. So Lois took Pam's ID and bank card, and she thinks she stole Pam's identity. She heads to the bank, goes through the drive-thru, takes out $5,000.
Shit.
Yeah. She's an idiot. She doesn't realize that there's cameras everywhere. She thinks because she's wearing the sunglasses and the hat, she looks like Pam.
Yep.
Because Pam had the white hair, Lois has the white hair, kind of same build. After driving, she decides to stay at a Hilton and uses Pam's identity.
So scary.
Yep. All the while, Sheriff Marcino?
Yes. Is it Carmelo?
Yes.
He's still the sheriff.
He has made an announcement that this is a nationwide hunt.
Damn.
And her picture is everywhere.
I met him at a restaurant one time.
You did?
It was probably around that time when he first became sheriff. This is so crazy. Joanna, I don't know how you found this story.
And there was literally, it came on Dateline one day. I don't know. I'm like, record this. And it has been saved for probably months.
You've had it. You
had it.
This isn't your last story, by the way.
It is.
No, it's not. Keep going.
Her face is on billboards, news outlets. It was on the Today Show. And her friends, they are shook. This is the same Lois that had been to their kids' birthday parties, they'd gone out to dinner with, shared moments, special moments with them. She was even a daycare worker.
Wow.
At one point.
Wow.
Yep. So I'm just picturing Lois driving down the road
Yeah.
oh no.
There's my
me.
sign. That's me. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Oh, shit.
She doesn't care.
Yeah.
She doesn't care. So what was weird is that the hotel she stayed at was in Ocala.
Oh, that's not that. I mean, it's 3 hours.
But I was thinking you know what? You're probably exhausted from all the murders and all the driving,
Lois, you suck.
right? The police, they lost track of her after she left Ocala, and eventually they picked her up in Kinder, Louisiana.
Wow.
Is it Kinder or Kinder?
Kinder?
ER, yeah.
I don't know.
And guess where she went?
The casino?
Yep. $1,500. And guess what she used to claim the money?
Pam's
Her
ID.
own ID.
Oh, what a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I said, clearly, Louisiana doesn't really care about the news. Because if there's a nationwide manhunt for this woman.
Yeah.
Okay. So Pam is back on the move. She keeps flip-flopping the IDs. But then one day, Lois tries to use Pam's card and it doesn't work.
Well, yeah, because Pam has been found and they probably shut off all her shit by now.
I said the same thing, but I was thinking, wouldn't they want to use it to keep track of her? Like, oh, she was here. Oh, wait, yes.
But it might alert them. Like if they shut off the card and she tries to use it, maybe it alerts
the bank.
them.
Oh, that's a good thing too. I mean, she's not going to need the money anyway. Okay, so Lois was finally picked up in Texas by a toll reader. So they know that she's like, they're closing in on her, but unfortunately Texas is a huge state. Huge state.
Jesus.
Yes.
You're listening to an episode of Live, Laugh, Murder on True Crime by Indie Drop-In. We're going to take a quick break. All right, back to this episode of Live, Laugh, Murder.
I feel like if I was heading to Texas, I would go straight through to Mexico.
Oh my gosh.
Peace out.
Yeah.
So Lois has finally stopped. She's like, you know what, I'm done running. And she stopped at South Padre Island.
Okay.
Homegirl has a thing for islands and doesn't know how they work.
That's some foreshadowing. Keep going.
So, but also South Padre is very close to Mexico. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I did not.
Okay. So she checks into a hotel and she thinks like life is easy. I'm on an island. I've got this hotel. I've got tons of money. And the hotel that she stayed at is attached to a restaurant called Padre Rita Grill.
Oh, sounds delicious.
Yeah. And it's known for their shrimp tacos and their margaritas.
Sounds delicious.
In fact, they've won awards.
Let's order that shit tonight. Uber Eats.
Yeah. So anyway, so Lois moseys on up to the bar, and she meets the bartender who works there. Her name is Kathy. So when she says, "Hi, my name is Kathy," Lois goes to say, "I'm LaDonna."
Oh my God.
But people just call me Donna.
LaDonna.
Yeah, LaDonna. So she goes by LaDonna. Donna shares that she's a recent widow. And she's looking to buy a place on the island.
She sure is.
Yeah. LaDonna quickly becomes a regular at the bar.
Oh my God.
So much so that she starts flirting with the workers. She's just living it up. She's been known to be a joy to be around, and just people like her. When LaDonna walks in, it's Donna.
This is fucking wild. Okay.
But again, clearly, how have you not seen the news? Like, South Padre is like, I feel like it's a spring break spot.
Okay.
No?
I don't know.
Okay. They have no idea that they are like working.
I would never know. I don't watch the news.
Talking with a murderer.
Right, exactly.
Could you imagine?
How many murderers do you meet in your life?
Don't you say they say there's like a certain number of
there's
people?
a ratio.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, I'm going to stop everybody. Excuse me.
Excuse
Murder?
me.
Murder?
Excuse me.
Okay. Donna hides the car around the corner and she just walks everywhere, just in case.
Wait. Whose car is she driving?
She's driving
Pam's car.
Oh. Yeah, she took Pam's car, which is a Florida license plate.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So while she's just living it up in South Padre, so the police are looking for her, but unfortunately they lost her in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Yeah.
But that's not. I don't think it's that far from South Padre.
I mean, Corpus Christi.
Crispy.
Corpus Christi is where Selena lived. Selena's.
They were afraid that she was going to be in Mexico and that would be very difficult to find her.
Yeah, of course.
So Lois thought she was safe. No one was looking for her. No one was looking at her in a certain way. Lois was just living a carefree life. And she was getting friendly with another female.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. But this one really didn't look like her, though. This woman didn't really look like her. Maybe she was done running and she just wanted to get back to normal and just live a happy life, making new friends. The friend, her name was Bernadette, but her friends called her Bernie.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Hey, Bernie.
They became fast friends, kind of like we did.
Like you and me.
Donna opened up about her husband. I say Donna.
Yeah,
But Lois.
It's Lois.
Opened up about her husband and the death, and that she wanted to settle in to South Padre. But Bernie was like, you come out to my neighborhood where I live. It's a lot safer. So she invited her to spend the night.
Wow.
Yep. Ended up in the hot tub. But Bernie does make a comment saying this is a safe neighborhood, but I still have cameras all around my house. Yes. So the next morning they have breakfast, but Donna, Lois, heads back to her hotel room. Bernie, in an interview, says she thinks one thing that saved her was the fact that she mentioned the security cameras.
Yes.
But again, they don't look anything alike. But when they were doing the interview, she had red hair, so maybe she dyed it. I don't know. Lois, one night, decides to go check out a different bar. She's kind of done with the that one bar. She's like, I'm going to go try someplace else. This place was called Dirt Ale. In there, she meets a man named George. She asks if there's a bar at the bar, and he goes, no, we don't have a bar here. So she heads out and to find another bar. But George just can't shake this feeling that he's seen her somewhere.
Yes, George. Hell yes.
Eventually, it dawns on him. It's Lois. Immediately, he calls the police and the U.S. Marshal.
Oh my God.
Like, do you have the U.S. Marshal? Like, you have to Google that. Like, nobody has that on their phone. All the while, Donna has found a new bar. And when she gets to the bar, the bartender just finds her unpleasant.
Well, she is fucking unpleasant. Yeah. She's a goddamn murderer.
Lois is like, give me my drink. This is what I want. White wine. Now.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the bartender's name is also Lois. And she's been bartending for a very long time, so she can read people.
These bartenders are badass.
Yes.
They know what's up.
Yes. So, Donna is inside having her wine, and the whole time the U.S. Marshals and the police are outside.
Shut up. Wait, who called the police? Donna? Lois? George? Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, stop drinking your wine. They have to come up with a plan, because if they storm in there with their uniforms, she might run. I mean, she is like 50. Or worse, what if she has a gun on her? So to be safe, the police officers walk in dressed in just street clothes.
Yes.
And the video surveillance is insane. They literally, well, first of all, they have to go to a waitress and be like, this is her, right? The police walk behind her. There's like 3 or 4 of them. And just grab her.
They grab her.
Take her and pull her out, arrest her. And this whole time, Lois, the bartender's like, hey, vodka soda? What do you want? Margarita on the rocks? I got you. And she looks up and she's like...
And she's arrested. By the way, here's your margarita.
And I need shit. Okay, who's paying her tab? Lois's, her road trip is officially over.
Her road trip is officially over?
It's been about a month. Started in March of 2018. Ended April of 2018.
Holy shit, Joanna.
Yeah. But it makes you wonder, like, how many people did she encounter? Like, how many people, like, had a conversation with her? How many people did she encounter? How many people did she look at? And how many people looked at her? And they were probably like, is that... No, it couldn't be.
It makes you think about when we go to the bar or like go have some drinks and you think about who's really sitting next to you. Yes. Holy shit.
Right? And who you're just making conversations with. So I feel like it's going to make me like, not that I go out to the bar.
I know, Birdie. Let's let Birdie settle. Lay down, baby girl. There we go.
But I want to give out like a huge shout out for George for not only paying attention to the news, but like being able to identify this woman.
Yes.
Like I feel like you see like people all the time, but, like you're going by so fast. And, like, who knows if she was going to kill again? You know? And then poor Bernie.
Or who?
Well, get this. Here's the best part. That night, Donna, and Bernie were supposed to meet up. So Bernie's calling. Where's my friend? Why aren't you answering? And then, hello, a couple days later.
Bernie with the camera. She could have been the next victim.
We don't know that. When she was taken back to Fort Myers, she was smiling in her mugshot.
Ew, fuck off.
Like I said before, psycho.
Yep.
She was taken to the court in Florida. She didn't apologize. Oh, she did apologize and said she was guilty for killing Pam.
Poor Pam.
Yep.
Sweet girl.
She was sentenced to life without parole. The death penalty was taken off the table.
Really?
Yeah. With Florida, I've heard this. With Florida, if they are sentenced and the death penalty.
Yeah.
Everybody has to agree. All the jurors have to agree.
No, you're right. You're right.
So if one person...
The death penalty is tricky.
I feel like that would be hard. Like, if you're killing kids...
Fuck you.
You're dead. But like, I don't know. I can't know, like, where do you draw the line?
Joanna, I can't agree with you more because we could get into this. You're right. You're right. Yeah. It's hard.
Like,
it's so
where's
tricky.
The categories? Death
Exactly.
penalty, life in jail.
Right, okay.
The family was okay with this because they knew she would never get out. Because she's like, at this time she was 58, 59.
Yeah.
And this was in 2019. They knew she was never going to get out. August 2020, Lois had to face justice in Minnesota. Now, this is interesting. At the hearing, she was a little more vocal. She told the court that the night that Dave was killed, she killed Dave, Dave handed her a loaded gun and she should kill herself. And that's when she turned the gun on him and killed him.
He told her, she's claiming that he told her to kill herself. Yep. They got in a fight or something.
Yeah. Here's the gun, go kill yourself.
Oh my God.
So she just said, nope, boom, and shot him.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That adds another layer if that's true. I don't believe that it's true.
Well, friends didn't believe her either.
Okay.
They think that she had planned on killing him and this is what she was going to use as her excuse. She received life without parole. So needless to say, she will never be getting out of prison.
Was that in Minnesota?
Yes. So she has a life without parole here, life without parole in Minnesota.
Wow.
But I just, I feel bad for these loved ones.
Yeah.
They're still grieving. It's been 5 years. Like, I just couldn't imagine losing a family member so quickly and without any answers. The one thing I wanted to say, that bring it up because I didn't know how to talk about it, oh my gosh, was the kissing monkeys. I was like, that is weird.
You mentioned that.
It was a gift from her mother.
Oh,
and she brought it everywhere.
Oh my God.
I know. I wanted to say that to the end because I was like, oh my gosh, but that's so sweet. So Pam was just such a sweet, caring, loving person. Yeah. I think she trusted people and nobody did anything wrong.
She came, the fact that she came to Fort Myers Beach to meet up with a girlfriend to spread her ashes at the beach. My eyes, I'm welling up right now.
You just bought your new house. What do you want to do? You want to get boxes undone, get it decorated.
And her girlfriend called her can you please meet me and help me with this? Absolutely. And she dropped everything, I assume, and went and met her friend here in Fort Myers. And then this fucking thing happened. Fuck you, Lois.
Well, she's rotten in prison. I'll show you her picture while you're signing off because I'm not doing it.
Oh my! Is that the end of the story?
That's the end.
Oh my God. Okay, Joanna, I have tears in my eyes. Pam's family, I doubt you'll ever hear this, but if you ever do, what a amazing treasure, and we're so sorry for your loss. And I did my own cuss count, Joanna.
You did not.
I did. I'm at.
You're not at 8.
28.
Oh, okay. You held up 8 fingers. I was like, how is she? No effing way.
I know. I'm at
Birdie.
28. Birdie fucking is restless right now. I don't want to stop talking about this. No, I just want to keep going. I want to call my mom. I want to get her input, get her on the podcast. Okay, so when I said this on the tip of my tongue, I heard this story.
Sign us off.
All right, Joanna, listen, you're not stopping here. Don't wiggle your eyebrows at me. This is such a tease. This is the best one you've done.
Thank you.
Top tier. Well, guys, thank you for stopping in. Joanna, you're not done. You can find us on Instagram at Live Laugh Murder Podcast. Gmail us, livelaughmurderpod@gmail.com. Send us a picture of your dog so we can show Birdie, who can stop walking around on the floor and clacking her little nails. And if you will do us a kindness, guys, and go ahead and rate us on Apple Podcasts and shoot us a rating if you enjoy what you're listening to, we would really appreciate it. It helps with our show.
Thank you.
And thanks for stopping in. And we love you guys. And remember to live, laugh, and never be like that bitch Lois.
Murder.
Loser Lois.
Let's hope my voice sounds better to next
episode.
If it's not, then I'm going to call the doctor.
Well, at that point, I'm just going to pour honey down your throat.
At that point, I feel like this is just being my new voice.
Did you airdrop me?
Yeah.
Oh, you airdrop me Birdie.
Yeah.
All right, I accept.
Okay, love you, bye.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Thanks again for listening to True Crime by Indie Drop-In Network. If you would like to nominate a true crime podcast to be featured, just send me a tweet at Indie Drop-In. I'd also love to hear if one of our featured podcasts is now your favorite show. Indie Drop-In survives off ad revenue and listener donations. If you would like to contribute, please consider buying me a coffee. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/Indie Drop-In. If you look at the very bottom of the episode description, I put a link in there to make it really easy. Indie Drop-In has many other shows that you also might like. Just go to indiedropin.com. All right, see you next week.